Brad Williams, Excel Prime. How to save your workbook, section 1.13. Saving your workbook. Until now, everything that you've done has occurred in your computer's memory. If the power should fail, all may be lost unless Excel's auto recovery feature happened to kick in. There's an auto feature that could be a blessing and it could be an absolute disaster. And as you gain more experience, you're going to find that this auto recovery feature does have its advantage, but it has its disadvantages. And that is if you have 50,000 rows, 60 columns, that's a lot of data. Excel's auto recovery, it recovers, it kicks in every 10 minutes. That's a preset. That means if you're working on a worksheet with that much data and you have an auto recalc, that's going to take up time. It is problematic. It is a nightmare situation. And trust me, your computer is going to crash. Excel will crash. Excel has so many bugs in it, it's going to crash. And it's going to screw your life up and you're going to be pissed and you're going to hate Excel. The auto recovery on small worksheets works, but another feature you can do and get used to is hit Control S. Control S is just to save. It just saves your worksheet. Otherwise, if you depend on the auto recovery, it can create all kinds of problems. It's time to save your workbook to a file on your hard drive. Click the Save button on the Quick Access toolbar if you have it. If not, go to File and Save. Or you can hit Control S. They all do the same thing. This button looks like an old-fashioned floppy disk popular in the previous century. Okay, because the workbook hasn't been saved yet and still has its default name, Excel responds with a backstage screen that lets you choose the location for your workbook. The backstage screen lets you save the file to an online location to your local computer. Number 2, click Browse. Excel displays the Save As dialog box. 3, in the file name, enter a name such as ABC. If you like, you can name your file anything you want. Click Save or press Enter. Excel saves the workbook as a file. So let me give you an example. Let's go to Control New, and we're going to hit File, Save. It's going to open up all of these different places where you can store your file. If you want to put it in your desktop, just hit Desktop, then put Book 4 and hit Save. Okay, just remember where you saved that, and you remember the name, and that's it. If you have 40 different workbooks, you can have your own folder with the specific list of files and then save it accordingly. Then you hit Save. That's it. Otherwise, you can have Save As, and it does pretty much the same thing. You're going to designate if you want it in a, you can hit your PC, add a place. If you have OneDrive or if you have Box or some other place you want to store it. If you have a thumb drive, you hit Browse. You can place it anywhere. Just find a place and save it. And then just remember where you saved it. Otherwise, go back, close this, back to this particular worksheet. If you're working on your worksheet, just save it from time to time. That way you don't have to worry about auto recovery. Let's go to auto recovery. Say there's a power outage and you did lose your information and it was auto recovered to 10 minutes ago. So maybe you lost some data. So what you want to do is you hit File, Info, Manage Workbook, you protect workbook, control types. If you lost data, what you want to do is you're going to want to go back into the auto recovery area. That's found by going to File. You want to hit Info. And if there was data that's possibly lost, you're going to hit Manage Workbook. Because your data is current and there's no lost data, you don't have to worry about it. In the case that if there was a power outage or if your system crashed or whatever reason, your information may be here in Manage Workbook. Otherwise, if it's not, you lost your data. And you're going to get pissed, and that's just life. Get used to it. You're going to lose your data. My recommendation is save off and don't rely on anything within Excel's management capabilities. I'll think about that. What's 22?